Wearing vests that say "Pray for Ukraine," Oleg Makdich and his friend have walked these streets around Independence Square, the epicenter of the political crisis, numerous times.
There's a mixture of hope and fear. People aren't sure about the future of our country.
CBN News went along as they delivered hot tea to men guarding numerous checkpoints around the square. They meet with pro and anti-government demonstrators, including the police.
The church has to play a role in this crisis. We have to be salt and light.
I'm standing in a place called No Man's Land. It's in the heart of downtown Kiev. Hundreds of Ukrainian soldiers standing ready at guard, suited up and ready to do battle. On this side, you have dozens of burned out buses, hundreds of tires and barricades that have been set up by the opposition forces. Today, more than 2 months after Ukraine started this crisis, the nation remains at a standstill as the political folks try to come up with some kind of a resolution. Pastor Oleg has another solution. It's a spiritual one, and it is centered around prayer. Oleg is a youth pastor at one of Kiev's large evangelical churches. He erected this prayer tent in the heart of the protest zone more than 2 months ago, when his countrymen took to the streets demanding changes in the government.
Our main message is that God is the only answer, not politics, not violence. We have to rely on Him to see us through this crisis.
Since November, tens of thousands of anti-government protesters have flooded the capital city, demanding the president's resignation. Zhenya Venediktova, a college student and volunteer at the prayer tent, says the political uncertainty has left many disillusioned. She spends her time on the streets handing out copies of the New Testament and Gospel of John.
It's minus 23 degrees and cold out here, but the inconvenience is a small price to pay to share the gospel with people searching.
There's an army of Christian volunteers working 24 hours a day, praying, handing out free tea and food. Marina Kirinchenko is a mother of 2 from Kiev.
Protesters have been on the streets in freezing conditions for months, so when they come for a cup of tea, I encourage them, saying, "God bless you, we are praying for you and our country, don't give up."
Pastor Oleg says hundreds of Ukrainians have stopped by the tent and many have given their lives to Jesus Christ. Andrea Tolstokori was among those who came for prayer.
I'm praying for God to bring righteous leaders to our government, people who can lead our country forward.
I asked Pastor Oleg how long he plans to stay out on the streets of Kiev. He says, as long as it takes to bring peace to our country. George Thomas, CBN News, Kiev, Ukraine.